The main way to gauge a woman's ability to be respectful is how she communicates. Most women that I deal with are incapable of being quiet and listening. When you out here and you trying to pick a partner, you need to get somebody that's respectable, that you can hold up in the air, and when it's all said and done, your legacy with that person is something that's worth showing off. You can't change your life in a year, not in the public eye. It take at least 5 years without the it before you step to the world as somebody who's be taken seriously. You gotta be at least 5 years into trying to be a stand-up person. You can't be doing this on the grinding last year and this year. Everybody, I'm a Muslim. Like, who got the nerve to come out and disrespect Islam and try to hold it in the air knowing you ain't even putting no work in? No. Like I'm saying, like a hoe from 5 years ago, but a hoe from at them.
Flashback.
I want to know my body count. 24. 11 athletes. Woo! 5 entertainers. Woo! 8 regular guys. Woo!
She regrets all the bodies she has. Lesser men just ran up in her. And she felt like I just tainted my soul and my body, just letting these lesser just do what they want with me. And she just felt dirty like a.
She know that's where the good is. You climb that ladder if you want to, looking for better. Yeah, you find your ass coming on, but sneaking back down here to the bottom. Yeah, that's everybody knows greater is lesser.
The worst people to deal with are the athletes. None of them use condoms, really. So if y'all really want to try to come up off a check off a man, I mean, you could just an athlete. They're really dumb. My dating pool is, I mean, my
expansive.
God, impressive. Expansive. I've had sex with 35 guys. Impressive isn't the word.
Now you up to 35.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you feel the need to share that information?
There are some things that maybe moving forward I would keep to myself, but I mean, I just told you I had sex with 35 guys.
Some things are left best unsaid.
That's what I hear.
Are you a
Both. Literally, he made me like 8 times. Back to back to back. And I was just like, what's going on? I think the last 10 or 11 months I've had 3 partners. I just manifest in my bed. That's literally all I do.
How do you feel about raw dogging?
Sushi gang. If I'm first like starting to talk to a guy, like we're talking on that's kind of how I gauge my interest. Like, can I imagine him like raw inside me?
End of flashback.
And how long ago was that? That wasn't a year ago.
No, that sure wasn't.
It's like, stop disrespecting the game of life and take something seriously.
How you can go that far for publicity? That's crazy.
Cleaning house, out with the old and with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah.
I've seen it. I told her, man, I love that new look, baby. And yeah, it's always good to switch up and change up at time.
Do you think more women should be dressing like that?
No. Hell no. No, don't switch up now, hoes. Yeah, it's too late because the seeds are already sown.
Like I said, I have no choice but to be masculine because I have to provide for my household. There is not a man in my life. I'm not with my child's father, so I provide because I can't necessarily be tamed, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to love me wild, love me as I am. A masculine man will do that.
The Bible don't even like the nagging, bitch. The Bible instructions is if you got a nagging lawyer or not, get your pillow. I'm going to the roof. Sleep on the rooftop. The Bible give you clear instructions. Say it's better for a man to sleep on his rooftop, homie, than live in a house with a nagging woman.
The woman that you are trying to build with is incapable of being quiet and hearing you out. That, my friend, is a major red flag in building for the future. Because if somebody can't listen to you when you talk, that means you're nothing to them. She can't be quiet when you're talking because she doesn't respect you. And if somebody doesn't respect you, if you try to build with them, you're gonna lose miserably. So, all you men out there who are in a situation where you know this woman won't let you finish talking, trust me. Mr. Feinstein at her job, he gets to say what he want to say, and she sit at attention and listen to him. You, not so much. Why do you think that is? The reason Mr. Feinstein gets to talk to her and she gives him the respect and grace he deserves is because her money is on the line.
I have contractual obligations, clothes to wear, posts to do, bills that have to be paid. And
One pathetic sob story later.
first of all, Allahu Akbar. I've gone through a lot of changes internally. And as a result, my outer world has completely crumbled.
This is what is known as a cognitive break. This is the definition of laughing to keep from crying.
Woo! Wow. Leaving me incredibly uncertain in just about every area in my life. I have no idea where I'm going to live or how I'm going to provide for my son. I've outgrown where I am. The facade is fading, alhamdulillah.
Ladies, gentlemen of Blight Savages, you are now about to witness what happens when a lady fails to develop any personality or skills and relies strictly on her looks. What am I talking about? Miss Brittany Renner. Of course, she is gorgeous and has been for years, using her feminine ways to trap multiple ball players and having people thirst for her all over the country. However, Miss Renner had a change of heart apparently and decided to go down the path of Islam. Now, it's a cold game when you go in the Lord's pockets, but I will say this, apparently it seems like she's taking it very seriously. But wait a minute, stop the presses, something has happened. Miss Renner has found out without showing her butt and getting those thirsty thirst trap likes on the gram, she has zero income.
But Allah has moved mountains for me, and I trust that this will be no different. I feel like Alice when she ate the cookie and her feet went through the windows and she's crammed in the house like that. I've outgrown where I am. The facade is fading, alhamdulillah. And I'm at a place where I don't want anything that doesn't have my name on it. Take it away. It serves no purpose here. And I don't want a penny more than I'm meant to have because I can do a lot with a little. The facade is fading. And when the facade fades and all the BS is cleared out, it makes room for what has always been for you.
So that's right, she decided to go holy and go broke. At one point, somebody tried to tell Miss Renner that you cannot rely strictly on your looks to generate money. But she would look them in the face and say, I will not dim my shine. I'm not going to dim my shine for another man. I'm not going to dim my shine for anybody because I am the one of one.
And you know what this means, Nail? She said, Inshallah.
Inshallah. What does that mean?
God willing.
Yeah, it means if it's the will of God.
There you go.
Islam comes after all else fails, so you know what I mean? It just seems too fresh. Occupational find redemption every day, but she needs to give it more time, let it marinate.
Just like I said,
Yep.
you can't be a hoe couple months ago and then whole Islam up in the air. You disrespecting Islam. If I'm trying to get my life together, I'm going go to college.
Right.
Not college like real college. I'm going to go put work in to trying to be a better person. So when I step to the world and I do claim something, there is time that can back up. I'm not living that lifestyle no more. I know people who have put real effort into changing their life.
Their life and their
And it
lifestyle.
shows.
Yeah.
Out with the old, in with the new, manifesting a new wardrobe, inshallah. I have no idea how this is gonna look. I have contractual obligations, clothes to wear, posts to do, bills that have to be paid.
No, you delete your whole social media.
Right.
Because if you're trying to do what's right, you don't need it.
Right. Right.
What's on social media that a person who's trying to do right needs?
Are more aligned with where I'm headed, even if it's not to the book perfect. I'm just gonna show up and give my best, and every day my best gets better.
Now, I really don't believe that she has converted to Islam. I really don't believe that. At least a good year, maybe 18 months. And let's see if you still have this hijab on, right? But aside from Brittany Renner, y'all do know that's the retirement plan for the 304, right? They go from being a 304 to the most hardcore religious person, whether it's Islam or it's Christianity. And if it's not Islam or Christianity, they gonna be the most shea butter, a pro-black woman that you will find out there.
I think Brittany Renner is cosplaying with this religion. In maybe 5 years or so, she's gonna go right back to what she was doing.
Looks like the OG IG baddies are getting replaced, y'all. They're aging out. They're aging out of the lifestyle. And I know that for a fact because they're all turning to religion. Because once I saw Brittany Renner on this app with the hijab on, I was like, oh, the top.
But then you start finding out later, you start pulling the onion layers back. Say, wait a minute, you was at Magic City for the past 7 years, and now you went from Magic City to now you selling African black soap somewhere? Talking about buy my African black soap? Like you go from one extreme to another, you can't just go to the middle. But watch her for 18 months. I always say that. Give them 18 months. That way you know she really converted to Islam. Let's see if she gonna be out here in Ramadan and doing all that. She gonna go to Mecca and all that. Man, Brittany Renner, I don't believe it. Like I said, but that's one of those things. I believe it when I see it. But this woman here, I just think she's looking for attention. Her and her crowd is aging out. She's aging out. And when they age out like that, they get nervous because it's always a fresh crop of new ones coming right behind them that's younger and got a different look. And people like her, they cast you to the side. You the auntie now, basically.
Here and throw elbows up against some of these young chicks coming up today. It's hard to do that when she's fresh out of college. And when you have a lull that hits like that, baby, you trying to jump up and cash out on the rewards and the benefits that you didn't get before, or that you tell yourself you were supposed to get. This is where we're at today. Friend, I'm telling you all, a bunch of them out here today, they are looking for an escape plan. They are looking for an escape hatch.
But what she really found out is that she is not really one-on-one or that special. What she is a very good-looking lady who, without that, has very little to offer the world. That's why all of her pictures back in the day had her showing out that derriere. Now her pictures, she can't do that in her hijab because apparently she's taking the conversion to Islam seriously. Well, now she's complaining about money. But I'm going to say this one thing before I get on to the next. Ma'am, if you were really serious about converting, you wouldn't be complaining about money. You would go to work like a normal person and find a way to make a living, like everyone else has to do. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the wall is undefeated, and the wall comes in many different versions. And this version of the wall happened to smack her right upside the head and letting her know that she couldn't do what she was doing before. But when she did what she did to me and you and everybody else, was realize that the grift and the swindle and that good old-fashioned thirst trapping lifestyle couldn't last forever. Almost like someone told her that before. Oh yeah, Mr. Samuels did, but she didn't want to listen. She's had failed podcasts. She's had failed collaborations. And what she was going to fall back on is her looks. However, when she can't fall back on that, well, ma'am, the writing's on the wall.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't know who would want to sign up to be with me, and that's just being all the way transparent. I don't know.
What matters more, getting that or your entrepreneurial empire? Because you can't have both.
Why is that?
You got to pick.
Why do I have to choose though?
Because life is about choices and trade-offs. And one of the biggest lies that's been told to your generation is you can have it all at the same time. Show me one person that has it all at the same time. It's impossible to have it all at the same time.
I can't get too far away from the empire because if I get too far from the empire, any man that I'm with, at some point in time, I'm gonna have to get in compliance and kind of sign up for whatever his set of rules are.
Being a wife one day, do you picture yourself in that more domestic submissive role, or do you think that you have a lot more dominance and that you would be just more dominant than what a traditional guy would want?
When you are in the presence of a healthy, masculine man, you have no choice but to melt. It's these doo-doo-doo, going with the flow, no direction, nothing, men who do not get respected. Like, I am a strong woman. When I am with a real man, again, I'm in flow. When I picture myself being a wife, like, yeah, it is gonna be with a man that is a protector and a provider.
Yeah.
Right, to pay 100% and submit as well.
You don't have no say-so about nothing. I'm paying from the time I meet you, I'm footing everything, you my slave. When I say do something, you do it. Because we in this together. I ain't in this by myself.
Yeah, you might.
We in this together. I'm not in this by myself. So do they clean the house? Do they cook every day? So you have to serve this man now. And God created women to be a motivator. So
a muse.
A motive man to motivate and inspire to make better. So if I'm taking care of you, how do you make me better as a man? How do you help me step into my purpose? How do you help me align with whatever God I believe in?
But then he said something was not good. He said, it is not good that the man should be alone. Oh, I like that. Now, I really like that God. You know what I mean? They say he gave the woman to the man as a help meet, not M-E-A-T.
I'm well aware a lot of guys are going to steer clear of me, which is fine, because I'm going to have to make sure me and my son are financially okay. No matter what happens to his dad, no matter what is to come, I feel like I can't just say, oh, I just want a family. Like, I did that. I wasn't really posting on social media. I had to kind of trade off. You want to be able to sit at home, not work? Well, there's certain things you're not gonna post.
I often hear women say these paradoxical things that I want a family, but it's almost like you want family without the compliance.
It's not that there's anything wrong with getting in compliance. I just feel like when you are under a man's roof, under his law, if you're not okay with certain things, the only way that you can is if you have your own thing.
So at the end of the day, it's you ahead of the things you say you want. Fear, scarcity, and lack. It's like, well, I can't put all my eggs in a basket with a man because it could go awry. So I need to have an extra strategy and a backup plan. Okay. And no matter how we get to it, it's 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
No matter what you do, no matter how you hide, the chickens will come home to roost. No matter what you think you do or how you think your life is going to turn out, your past is prologue and you are judged by your past. You see, what's happening to Miss Renner is that she can't find a quality man that she needs to push her life to the next level. Now, a lot of ladies will say, I'm independent and I don't need a man. But you see right here, this is something where a partner would really come in handy now, wouldn't it? But here's the issue. She's written tell-all books. She's said publicly how she smashed so many men. And guess what? The quality men don't want her, and especially if she's looking for a Muslim man, a man that's going to demand that you be demure, demand that you be a homemaker. Man, there's a lot of things stacked up against her. Not only the little child that she has, but her attitude and her past. So I'm going to say this, and I'll say it loud and clear. Miss Renner's up for a long road ahead. So if she gives it all up and goes back, maybe she could thirst trap a little more. But see, this is just a little glimpse into the future. And the future says, if you don't have skills and you can't get with somebody to make sure that your life is going to be complete, well, ma'am, it's cold out there and everybody knows about you. You've been all over the web. even the dark web. It's almost like you need to use the special offer linked in the description and get you some aura for some identity protection. And like the late great Kevin Samuels would say, winter is coming.
So all of that, I don't need no man, I don't want no man, it's because we don't have no man. It's hard for us not to have a man because we try everything that we can think of. We wear anything that we can think of. We'll do anything that we can think of to get a man. So those of us who don't have a man, we just have either exhausted all of our ideas or we have just decided I'm not doing that just to get no man or whatever, okay? But we all want a man. We all want a man, and most of us all want at least one baby. Those are things that we do want.
Without family, you have nothing. Family is the basic unit of civilization. Strong family, strong community. Strong family, strong nation. Strong family, strong world. Break up the family. And when you break up the family, you have to take God out of the family in order to break up the family, but make them think God is there.
Thank you for listening to Tip Network. Follow us on all social medias. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Scotty and Grover.
Peace. We found true happiness